Hi, I'm Blake Scarlevi with Route 16, and in this video, I'm just going to quickly show off the new experience for creating tables in the Power Platform and Dataverse. So here I'm in my solution called Demo. I want to add a new table, so I can come here to New Table. And so typically, this would pop open a flyout. I can enter my table name, some advanced properties like auditing, if it's user or org owned, etc. So that still exists here through this table advanced properties option. So that will pop open the flyout. So this is the experience we're used to. We put in the table name, the primary column, click OK, and then we can start to add the forms and the columns, etc. Uh, well, the new experience now is this first one called tables. And the reason why it's plural is because it allows you to do multiple tables all at once. I got my browser zoomed, so it's confused on how to center this, I guess. But um, this gives us four options, and it's kind of going more towards a Power Automate experience now, where it's kind of like this drag around, zoom in and zoom out, like Visio type experience. But there's four options here. So we'll start the last one, start from blank. So this kind of gives us a blank canvas like Visio, and we can start to add tables. We can give it a name, define the columns and the data types, etc. And then we can even put data in here. And when we click save, it's going to actually go create those tables as well as those data rows that we're entering in here. Um, and then we can add more tables and then relationships between the tables. So it's pretty cool where if you have multiple you want to create at once, versus having to follow that singular flow, wizard like flow that we're used to, we could do it all in here and we're done. Click save. It's going to go create everything at once, and kind of save some time there. And then it also has Copilot here if we need some help. If we want Copilot to do stuff based on describing the table or the columns that we want, etc., we have that here as well. Um, so this might take some time to get used to. I'm been doing this for a long time, so I'm used to the old UI. But I could see this helpful if you're wanting multiple tables at once. This definitely something to try out here. Let's go back and look at some of the other options. So another one is if you have some lists in SharePoint and you're trying to migrate off of it, they have an option for that here. So import a SharePoint list. And here you can just connect right to your SharePoint and pick your list. And it's going to pull all that metadata from the list, like the columns, the data types, etc. And it's going to create the Dataverse tables based on that list. So that will just help speed up that process immensely. Um, so if you're looking to migrate from some SharePoint lists, this is a great option here. And then next, so Copilot, it's similar to Start from Blank, where you have the Copilot on the side, but here you can directly start with Copilot. And I'm just going to you can, describe what table you want, the columns exactly, or you can describe a business scenario and it'll do its best to try to build that out. I'm just going to do a simple example. So want to store all the United States and their abbreviations. Click generate here. It only takes, depending on what you're doing for this, it only takes a few seconds. So there we go. It built it out already. So we got a state table. If I described some scenario where it thinks I need multiple tables, it'll build multiple tables for me and it'll add the relationships between those tables as needed as well. But here I can come click view data and it's actually going to put in some data for me. So it understood, United States, put in the right data. Apparently it caps at 5, otherwise it would have put the rest. but you know, it's a good start, and it made these two columns required, so everything looks good to me. Um, and then it also gives you the Copilot on the side as well. So if I want to ask for changes, or describe something else, or say, no, that's not right, try this, it'll make those changes, or I can manually make changes here as well. And then when I'm done, I can click save, and it's going to go build the table as well as the data rows that it has here. Uh, so it's pretty cool. And then similar, we'll use the same scenario, but another option is to use a CSV file. And so say similar, you're trying to migrate, but you're migrating from another system. Maybe you're just migrating from a spreadsheet. You can upload that spreadsheet with this option here, and I'll pick the file. Why can't I click? And then, so I have a CSV file with all the states. Let's see if I open it real quick. I thought I had it open. So it's loading it in here now in the interface. I'll just pull it up real quick to show you what it looks like. Very simple with two columns for the state and the abbreviation. And so now it's pulling it in here. It's calling it state information. So again, here I can go view data. I can make changes as needed. So it thinks, let's see, does it? Yeah, it thinks state and abbreviation are actual data rows. So it looks like there's this flag here. So yeah, I'll want to turn that on. So the first row in my file are the headers. So if I toggle this, then it removes those from the actual data rows. But very similar. One thing I noticed, it's not making these required with this example, so I would have to come in here and do that manually myself. But it's going to import all the rows that I have, which is nice. And so I can click save and exit, and it's similar. It's going to build out that table metadata and populate all those data rows as well. So pretty cool. And it helps expedite the process. So hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.